Wednesday night, I believe.
Something like that.
So Logan View coming in here after getting beaten by
UTAN, but
UTAN.
they actually won their first opening round because they played actually on that Saturday, so they beat Fort Calhoun. So this is their third conference game. We didn't have to have that first game with the fourth seed, but looks like that was an overtime game. Looking at the stats here that we have. So, but yeah, so tonight we first time for us playing Logan View, but again, as Suzanne said, we will face them in a couple short days here. So, but they have had some big wins. One of the ones that Suzanne just brought up is Logan View beat Arlington not too long ago with a score of 34-30, and that was the last time that the Blue Jays were in action. What night was that? These nights are, when did we play
We
last?
played them on Tuesday night.
It was
Tuesday
today,
night.
Friday?
Today is Friday, yes. We played them on Tuesday night.
Yeah, there we go. And the Blue Jays led pretty much the entire game until the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter. I was going to say, we were looking really good going into the third quarter, or end of the third quarter.
Yeah,
even.
and then quickly the Blue Jays came out and had 3 to 4 quick turnovers that the Arlington Eagles turned into points. Went up by 6, and I believe it was like 36-30. And then Nielsen, their sophomore, put up a 3-pointer. And then right away, the Arlington Eagles went up 39-30 in that fourth quarter. And then the Blue Jays just had a difficult time coming back in that fourth quarter. So, tonight, when you look on paper, the Blue Jays and the Logan View Scribner-Snyder Raiders look pretty even. But again, it's going to be a tough matchup tonight. So.
And I know I had a chance to talk to Coach Hubert a little bit this afternoon, and he's like going, we better be ready to play because this could be a very tough matchup, and this is one that I think the Blue Jays really, really need to get. I'm going to turn that all the way down.
So we are getting the
No, I turned it all
sportsmanship
the way up.
announcement from our activities director, Dustin Detterding, and then we will pause for the playing of the national anthem.
Thank you. And now it's time to meet the starters for tonight's contest. First, for the visiting Raiders, at guard, 5'6" junior, number 0, Elliot Christensen.
Oh, is that who we're getting?
At power forward, 5'10".
Okay, Kendra, why don't you take away the starting lineups?
If I can find them.
5'10" junior,
I don't have yours.
Isaac. At center, 5'9".
I don't know if I have all the right ones. All right. First for the visitors, the Logan View Raiders, we have 0, Ellie Christensen. Number 20, a senior, Grace Schluter. Number 21, a junior, Haley Isaac. Number 22, a senior, Sophia Vaca. And number 24, a senior, Cadence Stockamp. And the head coach for the Raiders is Aaron Johnson. And now for your hometown, the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays, a sophomore number 3, J.C. Fangmeyer. A junior number 10, Paige Comstock. A sophomore number 21, Reagan Craven. A junior number 25, Bree Shefdor. And number 30, a junior, Emma Keith. The Blue Jays are coached by head coach Dave Hubert, assisted by Reese Hogue and Sean Ross.
And before we get started here, I just want to do a big, huge shout out to the officials tonight: Troy Hayes, Mike Sternson, and Braden Root. I think that's Stearns, not Stearns. Stearns. Anyway, great appreciation to them. This is NSAA Officials Appreciation Week, and it is not an easy job that these guys are putting themselves out there doing, and we as fans appreciate it, or we would not be able to have these games.
So here we go as the Raiders win the tip-off. And the Raiders are here in their royal blue uniforms trimmed in gold, and the Blue Jays in their white home uniforms trimmed in the royal blue. Blue Jays picking up in that man-to-man defense, and they quickly try to get it inside to number 21, Isaac, but Emma Keith steals it away. And 20 looks like Grace Schluter, a very familiar name from the volleyball court and a very, very familiar face. So Paige Comstock looks to set the offense for the Blue Jays. Fangmeyer now Craven at the top of the key. And also the Raiders in their man-to-man defense. Blue Jays rotating the ball around the perimeter. Back to Craven. Now Fangmeyer. Blue Jays being very patient. And Craven puts up a three-pointer. Lots of arch in it. Rolls around. And Comstock comes back with an offensive rebound off of Fangmeyer's foot. And Keith picks it up. Blue Jays with another chance here. Keith looks to drive. Kicks it out to Craven. Craven looks to drive. She's in the lane. Kicks it back out to Keith. Just over a minute is ticked by in this first quarter of the conference tournament play. This will be the last time the Blue Jays play in the conference tournament, this conference tournament, I should say. Shefdor in the lane, turn around, nice move, left hand
Nice
off the
job.
glass.
That was a great
Woo!
move. Nice fake one way and spun the other.
Blue Jays picking up in some full court pressure here as Christensen will bring it up. Gives it to Isaac, but gets it right back. Now Isaac looks to drive, nothing there. Fangmeyer picks her up. Schluter with the basketball. Schluter looks to drive baseline. Nice help defense by Fangmeyer. Bounce pass through the lane up to Christensen, top of the key. And give and go pass, the backside to Vaca. And Vaca with a layup ties it up 2-2.
Okay, there are 2 Vacas on the team, by the way.
Oh, thank you. That was Sophia, the senior. Keith looks to drive baseline, kicks it out to Fangmeyer in the corner. Skip pass to Shefdor. Now over to Craven. Craven hits Fangmeyer, driving through the lane, off the glass is good. Puts the Blue Jays up by 2.
Blue Jays off to a lot better start than they have been here lately.
And Christensen bringing across the timeline for the Raiders. Tough pass in the corner, and it's loose, and it's going to go out of bounds. That was a tough pass for Isaac to try to get. So turnover for the Raiders. The Blue Jays will take over. Pike has checked in for the Blue Jays. Is that it? Did they have somebody check in? No. Fangmeyer will bring it up for the Blue Jays. Oh, it almost stolen away by Grace Schluter, the senior. But it'll go out of bounds on the sideline. Keith will inbound to Fangmeyer. Pass is now off to Craven. Craven kicks it out to Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes down to the Raiders. Now Christensen will bring it up. Pass it off to Stockamp. Stockamp looks to drive baseline.
She just lost control and ran out of bounds.
I thought she was going to go cheer.
She kind of tripped her own over her own 2 feet, too. That kind of helped her losing her bounce out of bounds.
What I like is she just was like, okay, yep, I did that. I'm just going back the other way. Hands the ball off, and all right, back on defense we go.
No excuse for that one.
So over to Pike now, Comstock. Now Fengmeyer top of the key. Now over to Keith. Now back to Pike. Craven now. 4 minutes have ticked away. Pike in the lane. Pike turnaround jumper off the glass, and she's fouled.
It's good. It's good to see Pike get that ball down deep like that, and then go up strong at the hoop, and then draw the foul in the process.
So Pike will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Blue Jays up 6-2. First team foul for the Raiders.
And the Raiders had Francis and the other Vach girl come
Nevaeh. Pike's free throw good. Ooh, I gotta learn how. And Laughlin is checked in also for the Blue Jays. Christensen tries to take it the length of the court, and it's knocked out of bounds for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays up 7-2 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Christensen looks to inbound. Almost stolen away by Fengmeyer, but Isaac now. Now over to Christensen. Skip pass to the top to Isaac. Now back to Christensen. Now to Nevaeh Vaca. Looking to drive is Francis. Schluter, long three-point attempt. In and out. Rebound comes down to Pike. Pike passes it off to Fengmeyer. Blue Jays looking to run. Comstock over in the corner. Now they will look to reset. Fengmeyer. And Hubert says, yep, go. Move, he says. Skip past
It's like
to
move,
Laughlin.
move.
And it looks like they're in a 2-1-2, Suzanne, would you say? No, yep, I would say. Little defense difference here,
Yeah,
so Blue
you're
Jays
right.
having to reset their offense. Comstock drives, nothing there. Skip pass over to Laughlin. Laughlin three-point attempt. It's a little long. Rebound comes down to Comstock on the backside. She kicks it out to Keith. Keith, three-point attempt. Bingo! Puts the Blue Jays up 10-2. 5 minutes ticked away in the first quarter.
I'm really glad to see our girls, if they were getting those open threes, putting them up.
And now after that, Laughlin with the steal and ties it up. And it'll be Blue Jay basketball.
Actually, she was going after the fumble. She dove for that like a football player would on a ball.
She's like, if I've already did all the work to knock it out of their hands, I'm going to make sure I keep it.
That's right. I am diving for this one, girls.
So Glock is checked in for the Blue Jays. Emma will inbound from the side. Glock now at the top. Again, Blue Jays lead 10-2. Just a little under 3 minutes to go. Pike, skip pass over to Fengmeyer. Fengmeyer three-point attempt. No good off the rim. Rebound comes down to Laughlin. A lot of offensive rebounds here for the Blue Jays. Now Laughlin.
Thought about it.
Glock over on the side. Back to Fengmeyer. Now over to Laughlin. Laughlin, they're going to say she traveled. Yep, one extra hop step there.
And we have not seen Lauren Gertis out there for a varsity game in quite a while, and she is back on the court.
Did somebody else check in that I missed, or was that? So we've
Craven
got Craven, Glock.
Craven came back
okay.
in.
Fengmeyer, Gertis.
Your own daughter.
You know, that's all right if I missed that. No big deal. So Nevaeh Vaca skip pass in the corner down to Francis. Francis looks to drive baseline. Good defense by Gertis and Laughlin. Back to the top now to Nevaeh Vaca. Bounce pass to Francis. Being picked up quickly by Laughlin. Schluter jump shot from the elbow, no good. Rebound comes down to Gertis. And she'll pass it off to Fengmeyer. Fengmeyer looks to run. Glock up ahead. Glock kicks it out to Laughlin. Now Fengmeyer. Fengmeyer bounce back over to Laughlin. Gertis. Blue Jays just being patient, trying to find something in this 2-1-2 defense. That switch skip pass over to Laughlin. I think the front row thought maybe they were going to get that basketball in their lap.
Oh, that was a little reach over, but
And Gertis double team there on the
not
elbow.
about to give that one up.
Now to Glock. Schluter played very tough defense on Gertis, moving from elbow to elbow.
And I think there were a few elbows thrown in there, too.
You think?
I think.
I think that might be a tackle on the So Hubert saw that there was possibly going to be
A turnover.
travel, something, so he quickly gets a timeout. So there's 52.8 seconds to go in the first quarter with a score of 10-2, Blue Jays with a lead.
Okay, I'm going to try this again because when I wrote these down, I inverted 2 letters. So once again, it is Appreciation Week for the officials, and we are very appreciative of the time and effort that all the NSAA officials put in to making every single one of these events take place because of them. And so tonight we have Troy Hayes, Mike Stearns, and Braden Root. We are very much appreciated that you are here. And also our boys last night had a very comfortable victory against Conestoga Cougars, and they advanced into the conference finals, which will be played tomorrow evening at DC West, with that tip-off at around 6:15. Congratulations to the Blue Jay boys team.
So Craven will inbound on the side. Blue Jays chef doors check back in. A lot of excitement for that front row over there. Thinking again that they're going to get the.
Keep your eyes open, guys. You never know.
So they're going to call a foul on number 24, I believe, Stockamp. It'll be the second team foul.
Oh, I was supposed to keep track of fouls, huh?
Don't worry, you're not too far behind. Keith and Gertis checking in. 37.9 seconds to go. Still Blue Jay basketball. Blue Jays lead by 8. Craven will inbound again on the sideline. Just like deja vu there for just did this. Back to Comstock. All right, we're going to spread this out. I could definitely tell that RC was supposed to come get the ball. RC, for everyone, that is Reagan's. That is, if you hear him yelling in the background, that's Reagan's name.
I kind of like the way Reagan Craven.
Craven looks to drive, jumper, pull up, jumper, no good, rolls around, rebound comes down to Comstock again, off the glass,
nice
but no
job
good,
by
but she's
Comstock.
fouled. Nice job, Comstock. Man, she's a maniac on those boards. She'll go to line to shoot 2. Third team foul. That's now the second foul on Stockamp, but she's just picked up 2 within this last minute. Comstock's free throw rolls around,
You thought
rolls
that was
out.
going in, didn't you?
Yeah. I did. I was ready to say it was good. Paige, a 60% free throw shooter. Second free throw attempt for Paige is good. Puts the Blue Jays up 11-2, 1.4 seconds. And the Raiders will just let the clock run out. So at the end of the quarter, the Blue Jays lead with a score of 11-2 over the Raiders.
Ava Miller, Kate Clark, Kaya Craig, Grace Indiana,
Well, I would say the Jays probably checked off multiple boxes of things that Coach wanted to accomplish in each quarter. I know the first one was 8 points or less, and that they definitely did. Out-rebounded them. I think we probably did out-rebound them, I would guess, but we will find out from Mark. And take 2 charges, but I don't know that the opportunities were there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think if, Blue Jays continue to execute, I don't think there's many turnovers, so we'll continue to go up. The other part of our team tonight is Elliot Gosson on the camera and all the technology thing. Thank goodness, because I'm sure everyone at home was thinking that Suzanne and I were doing this all by ourselves. I know that, but, it's not. But, Elliot, what are your thoughts after the first quarter? I should have let you know I was going to do that. Sorry.
Nah, he's young. He can
it's
adapt.
fine.
Yeah, he's got it.
Blue Jays have definitely been coming out, playing their game, getting the shots they want, and also great to see Lauren Gertis back on the floor. Blue Jays definitely needed her physicality and experience as a junior and leader of this team.
Definitely agree with that, Elliot. Thank you. So after the timeout, or after the end of the quarter, it was Logan View basketball, and they took a shot, but the rebound comes down to Chef Door. we're going to go ahead. We're not going to have a broadcast jinx anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and say it because we went through an entire quarter without Bree getting a foul. So it's good that we're seeing her getting some more playing time as she's had some trouble staying in the games because of foul trouble, but she made it through an entire quarter without a foul. So
yeah, the other night she would just get back into a game and fouling on the bench.
Yeah,
the
it's
next
nice
quarter.
to have her rebounding.
I agree.
So again, the 2-on-2 defense, it looks like. So we've got Fangmeyer, Comstock,
And a turnover.
and Keith and Chef Door and Craven in, and turnover now. And now a turnover
nice
steal
job.
there from Comstock.
She telegraphed that just perfect. She saw that one coming all the way.
So Comstock passes to Craven, now over to Fangmeyer. Now back to Craven. Get it going, Coach Hubert says. Fangmeyer, a three-pointer, in and out. But rebound comes down to Chef Door. Nice strong move,
job.
back up.
That's where we missed her the other night.
And Fangmeyer on the steal on the inbound pass. And Chef Door's on the floor for it.
Nice.
She kicks it out to Keith. Now Craven, top of the key. Blue Jays with another chance. They're up 13-2.
no.
Oh.
Bad
And
pass.
a steal and going the length of the court all the way to the glass. Nice move and nice lay-in by Nevaeh Vaca. So now it's 13-4 in the second quarter. Blue Jays still with the lead. And Craven now to Fangmeyer. Again, a little bit different type of defense. You know, we've seen a 1-3-1 this year.
And we've seen, I think, a 2-3, haven't we?
Possibly could. You know, it was Raymond Central that put up that tough defense, and then we've had obviously man-to-man, which is very common. So just trying to adjust. Obviously, they already knew this was coming with you know, scouting, but so we have got Gertis and Pike checking in, and
We had a foul there on Schluter. That was her first foul.
fourth team foul for the Raiders. Blue Jays still don't have one. Huh? Who would have thunk?
Playing very clean ball, though. They really
Yeah.
are.
So now Keith tries to lob it into Gertis, but a little bit too much of a lob. So I think we talked about turnovers, and we didn't have many, and now we've had three
Well,
right
I'm
off the
wondering,
bat.
as far off as that was, I think she was expecting her to be cutting to the hoop, I would guess.
And Fangmeyer forces the turnover again on the inbound.
She has just been pesky enough to distract them just enough to force some turnovers.
So Coach Johnson for the Raiders will take a timeout with the Blue Jays leading with a score of 13-4 with 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the second quarter.
And I need to shout out to Tim and Jenny Washburn. They are on their way down to Manhattan, Kansas, because K-State is going to be playing Florida in basketball tomorrow, and so they're headed down there to see their daughter. I was going to say Jenny.
Maddie.
Maddie. So safe travels, Tim and Jenny, if you're listening.
You know, and we are kind of giving, Jordan, Mr. Wallman, the night off because as far as just giving him a hard time, because, man, I tell you, Mr. Leibel and Timmy, they're just so mean to him. You know, I feel like
We would never do that to him.
We would never do that to him. We would never do that to anyone. So, I don't know why they choose to do that, but, we would never do that. So after shot goes up by Keith, 3-point attempt. Again, another offensive rebound for the Blue Jays. So Fangmeyer comes out with that. She'll get it to Craven. Now over to Keith in the corner. Keith looks to drive baseline, nothing there. She'll kick it to Craven at the top. I thought it was going to be stolen away.
It looked like it was going to be. I
Keith
think
again.
she jumped just a hair too late to get that one.
Now Craven will set it back up. Now Keith again. And Pike in the lane. She'll kick it back out to Keith. Keith, 3-point attempt. Bingo! They clearly have exactly what they want. 16-4. And here comes the Raiders, and a tough pass, almost stolen away again by Fangmeyer.
Oh, and then she
almost stole that one
and
away.
then she gets the foul.
And
First
you know
foul.
what? Give her that foul because that was an aggressive foul. As you had said earlier, she has had her hands on so many balls tonight that they, yeah.
She has disrupted a lot
She
of
has.
play tonight.
She is causing lots of fits for the Raiders.
Wreaking havoc.
Wreaking havoc. There you go. Raiders inbound to Christensen. And now they get it to Nevaeh Vaca. Now back to Christensen. Now top of the key. Now both Vodka sisters are in there. One tries to pass to the other one, but she throws it at our feet. I wonder how that will go at home if they're sisters. I'm assuming they both have green shoes. There must be something with that. Pretty sure Sage and Reagan would never wear the same shoes.
It's for mom and dad.
Yeah. Pike looks to drive in the lane. Nothing there. Tries to kick it back out. Gets it to Fangmeyer. Now over to Keith. Skip pass over to Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer drives. Nothing there. Now over to Laughlin. Top of the key. Now back to Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer three-pointer. Nothing off the glass, but rebound comes down to Pike. Keith three-pointer. I feel like we have like a three-point shot contest right now.
Well, that's what they're giving us, so we're taking it, which we should.
Oh, wow.
That was an aggressive kick.
Went off Pike's foot, and wow, it went like, it might have actually hit somebody in the stands. Like, that was quite the kick. I think it might have got Kevin. Heads up, everyone.
Kevin will be headed back into surgery, but other than that, he's good.
Isaac gets it to Sluter, and the Raiders will set Christensen. She hands it off to Stockamp. Now Sluter in the corner, and
nice.
it's stolen away by Schefter. And here comes Comstock.
The Jays are not making it easy at all for them to get anything inside.
Yep.
Double dribble.
Pike double dribble. So 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the second quarter. Blue Jays up 16-4. Stockamp will inbound. She gets it to Sluter. Sluter quickly to Christensen. Oh, almost a Pike, but then up ahead is Vaca all by herself. She layup comes off the rim, and she gets her own rebound and puts it back up. Makes it 16-6. Comstock brings it up for the Blue Jays. Crosses the timeline now to Glock. Now quickly over to Laughlin. Bounce back up to Comstock again. Oh, and we try to force it in to Pike at the top of the free throw line, and it's stolen away because immediately like 3 people collapse on us there. Stockamp gets it into Sluter, but it's a tough pass. So stolen away from Comstock. Comstock is fouled on the layup.
You know what I loved about that play? You probably couldn't see it on the camera at home, but as Comstock was dribbling down court, her eyes were going across court to see if she had a lead person to try and feed. It wasn't just down at the ball, straight ahead. She was looking for another option.
So Comstock hits her first free throw there. Gives us 17. And we got Fangmeyer, Craven, Comstock, Keith, Schefter on the floor.
Oh, I'm like going, okay, they have more points than that. I gave Pike our number 22 from the other
Second
teams.
free throw for Comstock is good. Blue Jays 18. Get it inbound to Vaca. Across the court to Sluter. Sluter. Good defense by Keith. Oh, they get it in the lane to Vaca. Vaca off the glass for Sophia. Gives them 8.
Nope, 22, okay.
Sophia, I would assume, has at least 6 of their points. Am I right?
She does. Well, I gave one of her twos to Pike because I just looked at 22 and wrote down.
That helps too.
But I've got it corrected.
Blue Jays just passing the ball again around the perimeter with the guards, Fangmeyer and Craven. Right now, it's just Craven and Fangmeyer playing catch. Everybody else is just kind of hanging out. Oh, now Comstock gets to play catch too. Now screen set there. So 18-8, Coach Hubert takes a timeout with 1 minute and 35 seconds to go before halftime.
Like we said, next week we have, I believe we have 2 games, don't we?
Sure.
We have, I'm pretty sure we play Nebraska City at home. Yes. Nope, I lied.
We already had them
What schedule was I looking at? I'm not sure.
last year's.
It was probably maybe the boys.
Yeah, the
No,
boys
no?
haven't played them.
I don't know. I have no clue. So next, the 31st is our next game, which is against Logan View, and then February 2nd we play Lincoln Lutheran. So season is going to be winding down faster than we think.
Oh man, next week's rough. Whew. Blue Jays inbound from the sideline. Comstock now. Now it looks like the Raiders are back in their man-to-man defense. And Fangmeyer hits Craven. Craven blocked by Vaca. Vaca then gets it back, and so now the Raiders will bring it up. And Stockamp passes it off to Christensen. Again, Blue Jays up 8-8 in the first half.
18-8.
18-8. What did I say? 8-8.
8-8.
Oh, you know. Oh no, Vaca.
And she was fouled.
She's on fire. Vaca gets points 10. And she's also fouled by Schefter. What is she? What's her? Give me this.
Whoa, 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 not all of it.
You don't want all that. I don't want all that either. And misses her free throw. Schefter comes down with the rebound.
Less than a minute to go in this second quarter.
She average points per game 4. So Fangmeyer now over to Craven. 45 seconds to go until halftime. Blue Jays up 18-8.
Well, she's got 8 of their 10 points.
And Craven and Fangmeyer just playing catch like they did when they were little. Back, and now Fangmeyer's going to dribble a little bit. Now over to Comstock. 20 seconds to go. I got nothing to report, guys.
No, she's just standing there holding the ball, as you can see if you're watching at home.
7 seconds. 6 now to Fangmeyer. Now to Schefter in the baseline. Oh, we wanted to get it to Comstock, but it didn't work. Those haven't worked so well for us tonight, but at the half, nonetheless, the Blue Jays will go into the locker room with a lead of 18-10 over the Raiders.
Well, that quarter, the Blue Jays lost because we scored 11 the first quarter, 11-2.
Yeah, I forgot.
And then
Yeah,
that quarter.
he's coming up. I don't know what we're talking about.
Okay.
Forgot.
Okay, then he can have mine.
Oh, great.
Be smarter than the headset.
I was just going to say that. So that is quite the introduction. It's just quite fitting that we have our middle school principal, Mr. Matt Flynn, and his first comment was for his introduction, you got to be smarter than the headset.
Got to be smarter than
Got
it.
to be smarter than the headset.
That's right. That's right.
So we interviewed you. Was that volleyball? I don't even remember.
I think it was last year basketball, or was it this fall?
It was this fall.
Okay, it must have been volleyball then.
Yeah, we started talking a little bit about the transition into this role for you as the middle school principal and things like that. But can you give us a little bit of an update now with the new building going up for the middle school?
Yeah, so Mr. Leibel and Mr. Detterding and I actually had an opportunity to go over there on Thursday and take a look at all the great things that are happening in terms of the construction. And believe it or not, they are working inside, and they are in the process of already drywalling areas. There is a first layer of paint on some of the first, some primer on some of the first floor classrooms. They have it pretty much closed off and some heaters running, so it's just like you were in this building. But I sent out a bunch of pictures that I took to the staff, and I said, two themes that I took away from my visit on Thursday, and those two themes are collaboration and natural light.
Wow.
So the first one, collaboration, and I mean, let's kick it back to the old school days of you and I teaching middle school together, Kendra. The spaces that are created for our kids are absolutely phenomenal. The space, so envision the three classrooms in a pod, and then dumping out into the middle of that pod is a ginormous area
Wow.
of collaboration. So like right now, it's not uncommon for our middle school teachers to send kids to work collaboratively out into the hallway because there's just not enough classroom space to do that. But guess what happens in that hallway? We have 500 plus kids walking around in this building, so distraction, distraction, distraction. Just the opportunity for them to dump out into a space and really work collaboratively and across disciplines. You know this, interdisciplinary units, and the opportunities that we can really reach middle school kids and promote middle school programming. I mean, so that is huge. When we talk about interdisciplinary units, we talk about the importance of teacher teaming. One of the exciting things that we really plan for in the building process is in between classrooms. So there are doors in between the classrooms.
Oh, wow,
so
okay.
if you have an interdisciplinary unit that you're doing between classrooms, not only can you spill out into that commons area, you can open up the other classroom door, and then you have teachers' ability to go back and forth between the two classrooms. So really powerful.
That would have been huge because, it felt like when, I was teaching, when you were here, I really had to carry the social studies program. So the door would have had to have been like open just so I could help teach your classroom.
Right. Oh, for sure. I'm positive.
Really what,
Right.
No, yeah. I'm extremely jealous of that. No, I'm really excited as I will have a couple boys that will be able to experience that, in a year or so. So is this current plan still, hopefully, about a year from now?
So I think barring anything
major,
yes. Right, knock on wood, we will be in January, and we have some. I feel like we have a little bit more time than we maybe had with the primary building. So we may have some time to move and get comfortable and kind of get our feet on the ground even prior to Christmas break for staff anyway, and really start making those spaces available. And then Mr. Detterding and I actually had a conversation about the possibility of starting to have possibly some activities.
Over there.
And you think about what happens at Christmas time. We have Christmas concerts and things like that. Maybe, knock on wood, even being able to use the Performing Arts Center, which is a whole nother thing that we haven't even touched on, just the phenomenal space. So I stood at the back of the auditorium of the Performing Arts Center on Thursday and looked down, and I just got goosebumps. I mean, it is huge. It is huge, and just so full of opportunities for our middle school kids and our high school kids. And our high school kids. I mean, crazy opportunities, just so exciting for our district and for our kids.
Yeah, I think being a coach, even in this gym, and knowing that part and that piece of it, having to work with the activities in the play and that sharing that gym space and the stage. I'm excited for all of our fine arts kids to get to experience that time also. So I think it's only fair also that that we had Mrs. Beerbaum on last night, and they talked a little bit about her athletic career and how that combines with everything. And so I think it's only fair that we talk a little bit about your athletic career and how that led you to where you are, and that the contributions just to kind of make you what kind of person you are today.
What are you trying to get at? My unathletic abilities, the inability.
Nobody knows, but you can say whatever you want. What did you get in volleyball class?
Oh, I did get an A in volleyball.
There you go.
In college volleyball, I did get an A, and I do remind you of that frequently.
Yeah.
But this is basketball season, and basketball was never my friend. I wasn't ever very good at basketball, but I do enjoy watching these girls play, and they've done a really good job this first half. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for coming up, Mr. Flynn, and If you ever need any pointers about teaching or, being administrator, I'm always here to lead you in the right direction.
And I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Suzanne. It is school board week, and so
That's right.
18 years of service to her and to our entire board for all of their support. Thank you so much.
That's right.
All right,
Thank you.
have a good night.
All right. Stats look pretty good overall. Their zone, when I'll get to, it's been a mixed blessing for them, and I'll get to why in a minute here. We are 6 of 16 from the field, 38%. 2 of 9 from 3, but Emma Keith is 2 of 3. Now we need to get Bree Schefter the ball on the block a little bit more, I think. You notice the shooting percentage, she's over 60%, I think, for the season, which means that's nice to have that, but she should shoot the ball a little more. Okay, we're 4 of 5 from the line, 80%. They have not got a lot of shots, and I'll get to that why too in a minute. 5 of 9, but they've made, though, 56%. Due mostly to Sophia Vasha late in the first half. We got to find an answer for her down low. She is 3 of 4. The 1 3 they shot, they missed, and the 1 free throw they shot, they missed. Rebounding, we've got 11. But you notice, if you look here, all these O's stand for offensive rebounds. That's the weakness in their zone. They've given up a lot of them. We've got 7 offensive rebounds. They've got 4 total, 1 offensive. They've turned it over 10 times. We've turned it over 7. We keep getting if they stay in the zone, we keep getting the offensive boards. We guard Vasha a little better down low and knock down a few threes. We'll win this game.
Thank you, Mark.
I wonder if that's how you say it, Basha.
Basha, I kind of like our what?
I say Vaca.
Vaca.
So kind of exactly where we kind of thought we were,
Yeah.
for stat-wise. So I think if the Blue Jays, keep on pace where we are going, but we'll see. I'm sure each coach has a little bit of adjustment at halftime, so we will see how things come out. So, Elliot, what are your thoughts moving into the second half?
And Jays have definitely done a really good job at breaking down Logan View's zone. One thing that I've seen is Logan View, or Ashland will get the ball over to the wing, and then the 2 top defenders of Logan View's zone will go crash out and just leave a hole at the weak side of the top wing, at the top of the key. Well, not top of the key, but high post. And whoever's on the weak side for Ashland got a nice little cut in, and someone can throw the pass through a couple defenders. You got pretty open shot instead of having to settle for a 3.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So, as Elliot and Mark both said, if, they're giving us that right now, we've hit a couple, but we're super hot from there.
Well,
so
what I like seeing is, and I've mentioned this in other games, we've got 5 girls in the books for scoring, which the other night we were maybe 2 would score the 1 quarter, 2 would score another quarter. And on the flip side of it, Loganview only has 2 of their players that have actually even scored at all.
that's a great point.
And they just happen to be sisters.
And they just happen to be in the green shoes. So
in green shoes. So be sure and guard the girls, one of the girls with the green shoes.
So after the halftime, it was Blue Jay ball to start the second half, but the Blue Jays immediately start off with a turnover. The Blue Jays stayed very turnover-free in the first quarter, and then they were plagued with those in the second quarter, and then we start this third quarter with a turnover. And now the Blue Jays actually get a steal, so Comstock will bring it up the court. Blue Jays looking for a chance to score in the first points of the second half. Again, the Blue Jays are leading in this game with a score of 18-10.
Now, I would say this is a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, I would agree. So Blue Jays start like they started the game with Fangmeyer, Comstock, Keith, Schefter, and Craven. And the Raiders also start the same way with Christensen, Sluter, Isaac, Vaca, who is leading their scoring. Sophia, that is, and Stockamp. So Craven looks to drive, kicks it back out to Comstock, top of the key. Now over to Fangmeyer. And again, a little zone defense here. Just kind of slows everything down for the Blue Jays. It's a lot of passing, skip pass over to Craven. And Blue Jays again being very patient. And the Raiders just kind of set back in their defense.
Yeah, they are. Not working too hard.
No, just kind of staying
Kinda
in
going
close.
with the motions.
Yep. And Blue Jays, try to get into
Oh,
Keith.
wow.
Keith with just a bounce a little bit hard. So Blue Jays have had 2 offensive possessions and had 2 turnovers.
Not a great start.
Not a great start. No. So Christensen picks up her ball really early, but she does get out of trouble. And gets it down to Sophia Vaca, and she scores again. Gives the Raiders 12, but the foul is on Fangmeyer, her second. So I think you said earlier Sophia has now 10 of their 12 points. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh-oh, now she's going to get it. Oh, she made it
Oh,
anyway.
she
Thank
made it.
goodness, because
I was
if
gonna
she
say,
wouldn't have, Keith
was in the lane very early.
So this will be the closest that the Raiders have come with in 5.
We have sat on 18 for quite a while where we're just kind of letting them get back in it. You got to remember, this is a team that could become dangerous.
So Comstock, nice drive. And she is now fouled after the drive to in the lane for the layup. She's fouled on her layup by 0. Christensen's first foul, first team foul.
She's going to the line. She's 50% tonight. Been to the line twice and hit one end of each.
Comstock's first free throw is good. Gives the Blue Jays 19.
Gets off that 18 we were on forever.
Second free throw for Page, no
hard.
good. Rebound comes down to Vaca. Now they're getting it to Christensen, who will bring it up for the Raiders. Trying to trap over in the corner. Good trap by Keith. And Glock, they executed it just like you want it.
Well
over in the
played.
corner. They got her at the timeline and the sideline. Forced Aaron Johnson to have to take a timeout.
Worst place to be on the court if you're trying to break a press.
So just as Mr. Matt Flynn had said, we are celebrating, or have celebrated. I guess it is the end of the week if you've been seeing some of the posts put out by the Ashland-Greenwood Public Schools for School Board Week. And so we're lucky to have one of our school board members. Is that 18 years? Is that right?
I'm starting my 19th year.
Starting your 19th year of service. It's a high-paying job, right?
It is. That's why I do it.
Yeah, exactly. So Susanna started in her 19th year.
And I have to say, so
on
is
the
Dave
school board.
Nygren. We came
Both
on the
of you
board
are
at the same
19th.
time.
Wow.
Mhm.
And so special thanks to Suzanne Sapp, and we have Dave Nygren, Eric Baronic, Karen Stilley, Russ Westerhold, and then new this year is Kylie Heflin. So special thanks to all of you and all of your service and many, many years of service to the Ashland-Greenwood Public Schools. So
And also, I would like to, if there's any Logan View school board members
That's right.
listening in tonight, kudos to you too, because sometimes it's not an easy job.
no,
But I have to say, Ashland, it has been
maybe
a
the last
pleasure.
couple of years and about spring of 2020.
You know, that was more pressure on our administration. You know what? We have got one of the most fabulous administrations, and it makes our job as school board members a lot
Ooh.
easier.
Yikes. So Christensen tries to take it to the hole. Pike tried to draw a
she
charge, but they
traveled, yeah.
called no call. So Christensen and Pike both went down hard.
And then
And-
that time, Keith kind of got the ball caught on her leg.
Keith with a travel. So we already have 3 turnovers, if not 4, if I missed one. But 19-13,
Too
3
many.
minutes to go. Glock has come in off the bench and played some great defense. Glock must have said something funny over there. She's got Cade Bridges' younger sister, Avery Bridges, laughing in the stands. Not surprised.
I was going to say I would not put it past Bryn. No.
Marley, not
Marley,
Bryn. Well,
sorry,
but Bryn
sorry.
would be funny too.
Yeah,
So either
sorry,
one.
Marley. I knew as soon as I said that, I was like, yeah, wrong Glock.
And Fangmeyer's checking in.
Don't you know, as long as I get his sister's name, it's the same
It's close
thing.
enough, yeah.
Because
Well,
I'm
you
sure
know,
Mom calls them all by different names.
Poor Olivia, she got Ashley for quite a few years. You know, so, and at least I admitted to her. I'd always tell her, I'm like, sorry.
Well, now the boys come home and I go through the dogs' names first. It's just bad. Like, sorry, guys.
So the Blue Jays have Comstock, Glock, Pike, Fangmeyer, and Keith. And again, this zone defense here. They get Pike. Oh, there we go.
nice.
That's
There
what we
we
need.
go.
High-low post is Pike. Then from the high post, sees Keith sneaking in on the low post. That's what we need. That was a great play. So 21-13, 4.5 minutes to go. Christensen bring it up. As she gets it in the corner to Isaac. Now back to Christensen. Christensen will dribble to the top of the key as she passes it up to Stockamp. Now Sluter with it. Sluter one dribble but gets it back to Christensen. 21-13, 4 minutes. Isaac. Now to Vaca. And to Sluter. Sluter left-hand dribble and she is going to the bucket. She decided. From way back here, she decided she was going to the bucket. And not sure why we bailed her out, but we did. And
That's
so
only
foul
one
was
foul on
on
Comstock.
Comstock. We got her on the shot, huh? Huh.
Yeah, I
So
would
2
agree
shots
there.
for Sluter. I wish we wouldn't have, though, because she was shooting a layup from way back here and I think facing the bleachers. So Sluter's first free throw is good. Sluter is a wonderful athlete. Again, I believe a middle hitter for them. And on the
her
volleyball court, 61% free throw shooter.
second one goes.
Comstock, three-pointer. Craven comes down with a
Nice.
rebound on the backside, and she is fouled on the putback.
I'm glad to see her go back up with that.
So she will go to line to shoot, too. You know, it's the first quarter we went through with no fouls, and they had, I think, 4, right, or something like that.
Yeah, not very many. Oh, I found my missing foul.
Craven's
Taking a
first
long
free
time.
throw is good.
That was early on in the game that I missed it.
You always do, you know.
I know it.
Craven is 75% free throw shooter.
I just want to let you know I'm not just completely over here sleeping.
No, I have full confidence in you. You almost always miss a foul,
Almost.
and you always find it. Craven's second free throw. I think it's actually part of your
It's a
game plan.
It
is.
It's a game I play.
It makes it interesting. So 23-15. Jada checks in. Laughlin for the Blue Jays. And the inbound from Isaac to Sluter. And now back to Nevaeh Vaca. And trapped. And there's trouble. Fangmeyer's on the floor. But whoa,
Oh,
yes, there it is a
yeah.
charge.
That was a good call because she used her forearm to clear that out.
As Comstock
I think if she would have just run into her, it would not have been, but she
pushed off.
pushed up pretty
Yep.
big time with her forearm.
Sometimes, you know, when you do that, when you push
That
the
was-
other
that
player
was
about
pretty-
5-6 feet.
That was pretty intentional there.
So that was Comstock who drew that foul, that charge, I guess. So just a little over 3 minutes, Blue Jays in the lead, 23-15 in the third quarter. And so Fangmeyer at the top of the key. And
Oh, there we
Craven
go.
finds Glock
Yeah.
on the cut across the lane, and Glock puts it up.
That's the second time that has worked.
So Glock off the glass, gets it, and now also fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 1. And we are Laughlin back in. We've just got subs flying in and out of here.
Well, the way we're playing defense, it's good to be subbing a lot like that. Keeps the legs fresh.
So that was the second foul on Sluter. Marley Glock hits the free throw.
Finish your three-point play.
26-15. Stockamp now gets it back to Francis. And she hits, she traveled. Stockamp, three-point attempt, left-handed, no good, but the rebound
Nobody's there.
comes down to
Nobody's there.
Christensen. As Suzanne said, yep, nobody there. So Blue Jays, no time, though. They're going to run. Laughlin, she's wide open, but she just doesn't want to hit the three-pointer. They want to be patient. They want to find that inside look again. Pike working extremely hard to post up in there against Christensen. Comstock, top of the key. Pike, there she is in the lane, but she's double teamed. So she looks to kick it out.
That's Pike.
but they knock it out of her hands. And so then she commits the foul trying to go after it. So it'll be Pike's first foul. And Keith will now check in. So the Raiders to inbound to go to length of the court. And, Vaca throws it literally right into Comstock's hands. Comstock's like, all right, nice move by Comstock. As she moves it from her left hand to her right hand, and I think that led her to get the foul.
I think so. I would agree there.
So
I mean, that was the weirdest play. She threw the pass and it just stuck.
literally right in her hands.
Kudos to Comstock for having
quick hands.
Yes,
She has very quick hands. Comstock's free throw, good. How many free throws did she shot tonight?
Well, she's
1, 2, 3.
she
4,
shot
5,
that
6.
was her seventh, but she's so far she's 50%. So let's break it, Paige. Come on, let's break this here.
So first free throw was good. Gives the Blue Jays 27. Now they've extended it back to the 10-point lead when it was as close as a 5. Second free throw rolls around and good. Now 11-point lead. Oh, we went backwards for a little bit. Now we're good. Okay. Christensen passes up ahead to Francis. Francis looks to drive. Gets cut off by Laughlin. Now Christensen, top of the key. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Jays did a great job of cutting that one off. Nice
And
job.
Laughlin reads the pass, stolen away. Laughlin off 2 feet off the glass. Yes. Love it, Jada Laughlin.
Love it. Is
Good
right.
job. I've been hearing them talk to her a lot about 2 feet, get set, 2 feet, go up strong, and she did it. 30-17, Glock causing all kinds of havoc back there. But this time fell on her. She had the right idea, but we'll take that. That's an aggressive foul. So in the backcourt, Glock charge of the foul, just her first.
Only her first.
14 foul for the Blue Jays. And Sluter checking back in. So under 2 minutes to go, Blue Jays up 13-17. Biggest lead for quite some time, obviously, this half. Christensen. Sorry, wrong one. Isaac. Now to Christensen. Christensen looks to drive lane off her foot. She lands on top of it. It's tied up. But Johnson gets the timeout. 30-17 with a minute 35 to go in the third quarter. Blue Jays in the lead.
Didn't know if we had anybody had possession by the time he called it, but I tell you what I like about that. There, once again, we've got 5 people scoring. For us, still, the Raiders still have only 2 people scoring, and I guess they have 3 this time. And we have held Vaca, the number 22, to just 2 points. So, really, really good defense on the Jays' part. They've done a really nice job of sealing off the lane, not letting them get any easy shots.
Yeah, they're really playing some tough defense here in the backcourt.
And hence, when you said there's like a revolving door on the subbing in, but that's what you got to do when you're playing the type of defense that they're playing.
You got Glock and Comstock and Famer causing that back here. So Christensen gets it inside to Francis, now to Sluter. Sluter turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Keith. Keith bring it up. She quickly finds a Laughlin up ahead. Laughlin finds Fengmeyer in the corner. They will reverse it around to Glock. Now back to Comstock.
Oh, nice reach.
Yep,
yeah,
I think so.
You had to.
As Vaca was called for the reach behind
to.
Keith. Raider fans don't like that call.
It's 3 on her. I mean, not just because it was on our girl, but I felt like that was a good call.
So Comstock will inbound under the Blue Jay basket. She gets it to Fengmeyer at the top. Now Comstock steps back in. And now Keith in the lane. Keith, nice move off the glass.
Nice, smooth.
As she knew that was a great job to take advantage on Vaca there. She just picked up her 3rd.
Right.
And she was being a little cautious. Stolen away now by Fengmeyer after that tough defense by Glock. Fengmeyer, nice move off the glass. And she's fouled. So she will go to the line to shoot 2.
I like how aggressive our girls are being on going to the hoop.
And Glock is causing all kinds of chaos back
and
here.
And that surprises you?
No, not at all.
That's kind of
her
how she plays.
Fengmeyer's free throw, the first one, no good. Everybody thought it was a one-on-one, so everybody went after it.
She was shooting.
Glock getting a little advice from the cheerleaders over there, I think. Ava Miller giving her some suggestions.
Nice.
Fangmeyer adjusted, hits the second free throw. Makes it 33-17, just under a minute to go in the third quarter.
Not that long ago, they had that well underneath 10, and now we have jumped out to a fairly sizable lead again.
Oh,
Let's do a step. Another turnover.
tries to get it inside to Vaca, but it's stolen away by Laughlin. Laughlin brings it up, but will give it up to Comstock. We'll go for one shot. Keith over in the corner. Blue Jays will be patient here. Now Glock over to Keith. They said, Paige, come get it. Get everything reset here. 17 seconds. 33-17. Oh, boy. Oh,
Yeah, she stepped.
she did.
Shoot.
Paige.
That was good defense on the Raiders' part.
Yeah,
because
Paige
she kept
was
pushing her
backing up.
defense back, and she backed up with it.
To get the Blue Jays set, and she just crossed the center line, and we got an over a back call. Doesn't happen very much. Actually,
No, it doesn't.
Never.
Especially on when you're already across and you've got possession.
So 4 seconds, 3 seconds, stolen by Emma Keith. 1 second, error. She didn't get it off in time.
She knew she had to get it up fast.
So at the end of the third quarter, the Blue Jays with the lead over the Raiders with a score of 33-17. Oops. So we outscored them. They got 7.
We had 15.
There we go. Held
And
them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those were off of free throws.
There we go. So well, you said one of his things was to keep them at 8 points or under.
And they
We
only
take
had 3
2 charges.
points.
We've got 1 charge. Out rebounding them. I'm not sure yet. We still have you
Nope,
ever
nope,
asked
nope,
what this
sorry.
this is? I don't want to say it out loud in case it's
I have no idea.
Okay. So going into the fourth quarter, Elliot, what do you think the Blue Jays need to continue to do? Stop doing, start doing, whatever. Continue, stop, start. We do that in the classroom. What should we stop doing? What should we continue doing? What should we start doing? What do you think that needs to happen in the fourth quarter?
I think the Blue Jays just need to keep attacking the paint against Logan View's zone. If they're having success getting it into like Pike and Keith, and just letting them just kind of let them go to work, trying to get buckets.
I agree. If they go back in that zone like they were at that, that high-low post has worked for us. Obviously they're going to have to be patient for that. It's not always open there, but that has seemed to work well. So again, the Blue Jays, it'll be Raider basketball to start the fourth quarter. And Christensen looks to drive, left-hand layup off the glass, and she is fouled. Good move by Christensen.
That's on Fangmeyer. That's her third.
Averages 5.1 a game. She's a 47% free throw shooter. So her first free throw is a little bit too hard. Second free throw for Christensen, rolls in and out. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
The great news was that we had 3 Ashland girls right there for the rebound. The bad news was we had 3 Ashland girls there for the rebound, so therefore they kind of fought over to win out of bounds.
Actually, we had the rebound, but it was knocked out of our hands by our own player.
Hence why 3 Ashland girls are out of the rebound. It's not always good. Vaca in the lane.
Helen Craven, 2-1.
So they called Craven on the push from behind, I guess. So that's Craven's first. Now we're getting lots of fouls in the second half. We're making up for the first half.
Apparently they want to get into the 1-and-1.
They hit Vaca on the inbound. And Pike, good defense as she picks her up. Oh, almost stolen away by Fangmeyer again. And now Christensen. Christensen passes off to Vaca. They try to get it into Sophia Vaca. And guess they must have thought we touched it?
Did not see that. Yes, that's what they were calling for.
But you didn't see that we touched it either?
I didn't see it.
I had to look down on my paper again.
And that was just a pass
Comstock,
to
yeah.
just a pass to an open spot in the court. I'm sorry.
Is that one of those like free for alls? Whoever wants it.
Yeah, I'm not sure where to hit, but there's an open spot in the court, so we'll throw it there.
They ended up calling jump ball. So luckily, it's still Blue Jay possession.
But we've lost our possession.
We lost our possession. Good point.
Because we had possession.
We had possession. Now we don't have it. So Comstock will get it to Keith. So just almost a minute has ticked by. Keith will bring it across the timeline. She will pass it up to Craven.
Oh, go, all the way,
Craven
all the way,
will go
all the way,
in
all
the
the way.
lane,
Yes,
and she
yes.
will go off the glass for 2.
That opened up so nice for her.
And again, Vaca is in their leading scorer is in foul trouble. She has 3, 4.
If that was on her, then she's
no.
that
It wasn't.
on 4.
It wasn't
She's
on
got
her.
3.
But you can tell she's playing a little hesitant
But it's
because
fourth
she's.
quarter. I don't know that I'd play at this point in the game. You're going to have to start taking some.
Yeah, but she's pretty early for her being a leading scorer. She
Yeah.
would have picked up her 4th.
Well, she's only scored 2 this half, so
And
we've done a really nice job across the line. But did you teach her that? Did you say the line was a suggestion?
I didn't see her. I saw her back up, so I don't
Oh.
know. I missed her go across the line because she went backwards. So I don't know. I don't know if she started
got
off
called-
that way or
she
what.
No, she was not back up. Oh.
And she double dribbled. What's happening right now? I mean, it's. There we go.
Charge,
Hey,
yeah, there's the charge.
we got our second one.
I think it was a half though, wasn't it, or a
Oh,
quarter?
I don't know.
It's supposed to be 2 a quarter, which
To
is
a
a lot.
quarter? What in the
Doesn't it
world
say
is
at
he
the
thinking?
bottom?
No, just take 2 charges. I was gonna say
Oh,
no
I was
way.
gonna say that's a little aggressive.
Yeah, we may have to work. Oh, as Emma Keith has a softball throw down up ahead to Comstock. Comstock then quickly to Craven on that fast break. So puts the Blue Jays up 37-17.
Craven says, I need to make up for that weird free throw that I
will guarantee you she will be watching that again to see if she can see it. I don't know if she'll be able to see it or not.
I totally would probably.
And stolen
Nice
away by
stole.
Fangmeyer. And here comes the Blue Jays up 37-17. It feels just with the pace that it's a lot closer than that, which is good.
But I think our girls play better at this pace.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. Comstock kicks it out to Fangmeyer. And there is still 6 minutes to go in this game. Blue Jays with the biggest lead here. Whoa, Craven.
Oh, well, that ball kind of got tipped.
Oh, and now
She's like, okay, let's try this again. Get your hands off.
third time the charm for Craven, trying to just keep the ball.
That street ball at home is paying off. That's all I can say.
So again, the Raiders in that man-to-man pull-up jumper for Fangmeyer. Rolls
Oh.
around the rim. Pike, oh wow, Pike. That was pretty cool. Pike
I
rebounds.
like that.
Didn't turn around. Most people turn around and
Try
turn it
to
back up,
shoot.
but she just sees Keith and she's like, here, it's like hot potato. You take it.
And she was facing the rim,
Yeah,
so
it worked.
Perfect.
Good thing
perfect.
she was ready.
Good assist.
And now it's
Another turnover.
Turnover, and Comstock comes up with it. Comstock's going to go the length of the court.
And
Nice
she
jumps off the glass.
fakes and hesitates and goes up unguarded.
39-17. Nope, Craven's got a bloody nose. Well, that's not a surprise. That seems to be a thing for us.
Well, right now, Comstock, Keith, Craven, our guards are.
Comstock, Keith Craven.
Yeah.
I think they listen to Elliott. They listen to Coach Elliott over here. They're doing.
Well, not only have they been kind of pesty all game,
Pesty, I like that word. Pesty.
because they're just like little gnats.
That's
there
a
that
good.
they
That's
just
a
don't-
good word. That's like Fangmeyer. She's pesty.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Pesty
because
Fangmeyer.
no matter what you turn, they're always there and they're just always going after you. You can't let your guard down at all, or it's a steal.
Oh, I got. Oh no, that she must not be looking at me. I thought Tiffany Harms was telling me to look at my messages. I was scared. She didn't. Thought we were like off air or something. Must have been talking to Presley.
Hey, we've got Elliot over here.
That's
There
right.
is no way
I don't
we
know
are
what
off
we're
air.
worried about. There's no way. And even if we were, it'd be fixed in 2 seconds.
We wouldn't even know.
So 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Blue Jays up 39-17. Right now the Blue Jays have Pike, Gertis, Glock, Laughlin, Pesty, Fangmeyer. It's not, like we've got the enforcer, for Dawson Teese, I don't know if it's quite
we
the
haven't, no.
Pesty, it's
We'll have
all
to,
good.
I mean, if we're expected to do
Feisty
Nick-
Fangmeyer. Feisty.
yeah.
Feisty. I like Feisty Fangmeyer. Sluter, jump shot. Ooh, from the elbow. Good shot by Sluter. Good thing I slowed down on that a little bit. That was not going to come out right. 39-19, just under 5 minutes to go. If you would like to practice that at home.
Part of me wishes you had it. But
I know. Not part of you. Every bit of you wishes I would have messed that up.
Well,
Suzanne,
I
let's
just
be
didn't
honest.
I wanted to keep it clean here. It is a school event.
So Christensen will bring it up for the Raiders.
Oh, nice
and guess
steal.
what? Feisty Fangmeyer comes up with it.
And she hits it off the girl's leg out of bounds, and we get the ball out of bounds.
She was caught in the corner, and she knew she was in trouble, so she throws it off of Christensen's leg. It goes out of bounds. So Fangmeyer will inbound. And she's looking around. Oh, Glock go to the ball. Glock does get the ball.
And
She will
takes her
get it
dribble
back
up
to
fast.
Fangmeyer.
But I think she was about ready to get it stolen, so that was probably a good thing.
Fangmeyer turned around in the lane. Oh, right idea.
It
She
was
saw
a great
Schefter,
idea.
but it
Cutting.
goes off the leg of her Raider. So the Raiders will look to set. Stockamp looks to drive, and the Blue Jays tie it up, so it will be Raider possession.
See, I always in my things always put down just Fang, so it's Feisty Fang.
We always have Maria Beedison. She's always our other
Yes.
person. She always lets us know for off air. The only problem is with that is that when we are, sometimes if we don't have Elliot, we don't know how to get back on air. We just, but that's when we do our best broadcasting, though.
When we're off the
that
air.
is our award-winning broadcast.
Well, our award-winning one was the one we did the entire volleyball match at Newman.
Yeah, that was by far the best. I mean,
It was amazing.
so Sluter puts up a three-point
It's
attempt,
too,
and it
too bad
hits nothing.
everybody missed it.
I know. It is too bad. So it hit nothing and went out of bounds, so it'll be Blue Jay possession. Glock gets it into Comstock. Just under 4 minutes to go in the game, with the Blue Jays up 39-19. Comstock will bring it up. And again, the Raiders picking back up in that man-to-man defense. Gertis working hard against Sluter in the lane. Schefter gets it to Comstock. Now over to Laughlin. Oh, I don't. Laughlin wanted to get it to Gertis, but it went to Sluter instead. And then out to the cheerleaders. And unfortunately, the cheerleaders are part of our team. Not unfortunately, they're part of our team, but in fact, they're out of bounds. So they're part of our team, so it has to be the Raider basketball. Unless they could have came. Oh, it's going to be an back turnover now. As number 5, Sagehorn is checked in for the Raiders. First time we've seen her tonight. And Ellie Stein checking in for the Blue Jays. She is a sophomore. 3.5 minutes to go. And again, as Suzanne said, these two teams get a couple-day break, and they will be playing each other again on Tuesday night, as the Blue Jays will be going up to Hupper. I think that's the night I've got the food. That's how I
Home
do
of
that.
Jordan Larson.
That's right. Schefter now quickly over to Comstock. Ooh, nice.
That was
look by
nice.
Laughlin as she
Wow,
took
that
off
was
down the
great.
lane. Unfortunately, she was picked up by a
Bevy
whole
of
pack of Raiders.
a bevy of Raiders.
What would
A
be
pack?
yeah, that's not.
I
What,
don't
what would a
think-
whole thing of Raiders be? We both look at Elliot. He's like,
I don't know, maybe a tribe.
tribe of Raiders.
Okay,
That
Raiders?
sounds a
That's all I
heck
can
of a
think
lot
of.
better than a pack.
What about a bevy?
Definitely would
What
not
about
be a pack.
bevy?
We should definitely not go down this road. The last
Okay,
time we did that,
we'll
it was
stop. We'll stop right now.
like,
where
the
we're ahead.
Crimson Pride thing did not go over well. Oh, what else did we have from you, Suzanne? The bird.
We don't want to start talking. It's always the bird house instead of the bird cage.
It's like, what is happening right now?
Hey, that came in handy sometimes. This is our house, guys. We're not losing it tonight. So.
The foul was on number 12,
I did tie it in.
Laughlin.
I did manage to tie it in somehow.
And she puts number 2, Francis, at the line. Francis hits her free throw, gives the Raiders 20. Francis' second free throw is good. Gives the Raiders 21. 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Blue Jays up 39-21. Again, still that pressure from the Raiders as Schefter gets it to Comstock. Comstock will just clear it out. Good defense, though, from the Sagehorn who's checked
neither
in.
team, like you said, both teams are playing like that. This is a tight ball game.
Yes.
And I kind of like seeing that. I kind of like seeing them giving it their all the way through.
As Gertis put up a three-pointer from the corner, and Laughlin went up kind of a late rebound after Vaca already had it, and then Laughlin committed the foul. Laughlin's second foul. So both teams have 18 fouls. Free throw goes up, no good. Schefter comes down with the rebound. Schefter gets it to Comstock.
Comstock lets things clear out before she heads across.
I was wondering, Sagehorn just a freshman, because I'm like, she plays good defense. I was wondering we would have seen her a little earlier.
We've seen some pretty
young,
spunky little freshmen playing this year.
Yes, we have. Arlington
had some speed.
Laughlin almost stolen away. Picks up her dribble, looking around. She gets it to Schefter, top of the key now, over to Stein. I think Stein thought Comstock was going to catch to the top. Lauren tries to save it, but it goes out of bounds. So 1 minute 46 to go in the game. Blue Jays up 39-21. So the Raiders will inbound. As Nevaeh Vaca. As now Casey Booth, a sophomore, is checked in. As well as, I don't think I have 32 on here. And
boy, I don't know how that stayed out of the
Sophia
rim.
Vaca drives in the lane and she's fouled. We also have 32 in the game for the Raiders, and I apologize. I don't have her on the roster. Wait, let me check Max Preps. There's always another resource. There's always not another resource. It was a good try.
Misses the front end of her free throws.
So still 39-21, 1 minute 28 seconds to go. Second free throw for Sophia. No good. Rebound comes down. Oh, no. What are we going to call? So rebound came down. It was in the hands of the Raiders, but then they're going to call a foul and over the back call on 32. I just, can't tell you who that is, though.
I don't have a 32.
So Lucy Reynolds is checking in. So Schefter goes to the line to shoot for the Blue Jays. Which one do you want there?
And misses the front end, but Gertis gets the rebound.
Schefter, 53% free throw shooter. So Blue Jays are just going to look to reset here. 39-21, a little over a minute to play in the game. Gertis kicks it out to Laughlin. Laughlin, three-pointer, no good. Schefter again with a rebound. Finds Stein on the cut.
Oh, shoot.
Stein puts it up, blocked. And now Vaca comes down with a rebound. Vaca, man, I tell you what, the people in that front row tonight have to be paid attention. There has been
the price you pay.
the price you pay. That's right, it's Mira. She's played some ball. She's ready. Reynolds. Now they get it to Vaca, top of the key. 39-21, and it rolls through the legs. Comstock comes up with it. She will go length of the court. Nice jump shot. But it's blocked by Sagehorn, the freshman.
And she got pushed by
I'm
by
pretty
Schefter,
sure
wasn't
I
it?
heard Hubert say no fouls.
5. Schefter. That's her third.
Stops the clock. Puts the player at the line to shoot two. Reynolds' first free throw rolls around the rim, and it's good. Gives the Raiders 22. Second free throw, no good. Rebound comes down to Shefdor. Gets it up to Ellie Stein. Stein cross-court pass to Laughlin.
Good thing she's a jumper.
30 seconds. Don't dribble again. Now to Comstock. 22 seconds. Comstock gets to Gertis. Gertis kicks it out to Laughlin.
She
Now to Comstock.
wanted to go in bad, didn't she?
And he just said, like,
No,
back it
just-
out. No
just-
reason to
just-
shoot
no,
here.
there
Just
is not.
let the clock run out. 8 seconds. And the Blue Jays are just going to let the clock run down. So the Blue Jays will win.
The score was wrong because I'm like, how did I get the score off? I know it's hard to believe, but Jeremy's score was wrong. It's like, okay, thank you. That adds up to what I had.
So the Blue Jays take tonight with a victory over the Raiders of a final score of 41-22. So as we said, the Blue Jays will be in action again on Tuesday night, again against the Logan View Raiders. So, but one thing about tonight is this is the last time, I shouldn't necessarily say in history, you never know if teams come back into conferences, but this will be the last time for quite some time that the Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays will play in the Nebraska Capital Conference tournament. So next year the Blue Jays will be playing in the Trailblazer Conference. So, as you know, obviously as long as I've been a part of Ashland and as coach in Ashland and as been a teacher in Ashland, and as long as you've been in Ashland, we've always been a part of this conference.
Always.
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 So years and years of history is just changed tonight, folks. So you witnessed that and got to be a part of that. How about that for a broadcast, right?
Yeah. Beat that, Tim.
Beat that, Jason and Tim. Pretty sure they already said that.
Probably. Probably.
But they haven't witnessed it yet. Like we witnessed it. This was the
true.
last time a girls'
Is this our last home
Nebraska
game?
Capital
the Capital
Conference
Conference.
game will be played in this gym.
Yeah, because we've got Lincoln.
They didn't
Lutheran.
really say that. They didn't put it like that. They said that like last time, but they didn't say in
And
this
if they
gym.
said it, it did not have near the meaning as
Right.
the way you said
Yeah,
it.
Right. They were too busy making fun of Mr. Woolman, which we would never do.
Never,
Never,
ever,
never.
never, ever.
So yeah. So Elliot, do you have some final thoughts on tonight's matchup or tonight's game?
It's a pretty dominant game by the Blue Jays. But now with these teams matching up again next week, going to be interesting to see how they prepare and come back and learn from their mistakes or how they or what they did well tonight.
I agree. I think it could be a little bit tougher game for the Blue Jays next week, especially playing them so close together.
Yeah. The one thing the Blue Jays did well. What's that? Oh, girls.
So did you say
I don't want to do like a 25-minute post game like the boys did last night.
I
Like,
think we need to throw it to Mr. Wallman for his comments.
sure.
Yeah. We want your comments on the game. Were you watching?
I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was a great game. It was very fun.
Which one is
I
it?
told Elliot last time that I
Right.
got a face for radio, and I got this camera pointing in my face right now. So
That was
No,
that was well planned by us, wasn't it?
yeah, I mean the girls did a great job. They have so much potential to score on the inside. So many strong players, so many athletic girls. It's kind of good to see that come to fruition. And I told Kendra at Syracuse, I think the girls are going to hit their stride. Not a matter of if, but a matter of when.
So if you could pick out one thing tonight, what stands out to you?
Inside finishing was good. I mean, and ones. Reagan got an and one. I was really surprised Reagan took a three early. That was awesome. Good confidence.
That
from
was
her.
it. But
I'm a little critical. I'd like to see a little tighter guard play, but we said the same thing of the boys last night, just because turnovers are killer.
yep.
But
Well, I have to say, though, on the one girl came, Vakashi, number 22, had 8 of their 10 points, and she scored 2. She scored only 2 in the second half.
a girl from Logan, you did?
Yeah.
And how many is she averaging?
Like
sorry to
9,
laugh at that.
like 9. So she was about right at it. But
Well,
the big key
team-
is she was her whole scoring first half.
Yeah, team of athletes. it's really good to see that defense. I mean,
I thought our guards were very pesky.
Yeah.
They created a lot of turnovers.
I mean, super big asset to have Paige, lanky, spot to spot. JC's heady, and then you just have so many strong athletic girls. Olivia, Lauren, Bree,
Reagan.
yeah, when Presley comes back as well. So, not if they hit their stride, but when.
That's right. Yep, exactly.
All right.
All right,
No
Mark Adele.
post-games?
Yep.
No,
we're good.
no.
We're not we're not Tim Washburn.
We'll bring
No.
Lindsay in for post game.
Well, all right. We shot the ball pretty well the second half, actually. We were 8 of 14 for the second half, 14 of 30 for the game, for 47%. I was wrong. My status as an expert commentator took a hit because we didn't knock down a 3, which I said we needed to do.
That
We were
does
0 for
not happen
3.
much. You're usually right on.
So we were 2 for 12 there for the game. 11 of 15 from the line, which was pretty good, 73%. They shot 50% from the field, but that is very misleading because they only had 16 attempts, 8 of 16, and I'll get to why in a minute. They did not knock down a 3. They were none for 3 from 3. 6 of 11 from the line, 55%. Now we get to rebounding. One of the reasons they only had 16 shot attempts. We out-rebounded them 20-9. We got 11 offensive rebounds
Wow.
to 2 for them. They
Wow.
were in that zone a lot, and we got a lot of them there, and they just did not do a good job of checking out in that zone, which I've heard coaches say that that's one of the reasons they don't use it more. It's tough to do. Turnovers, it's true that we turned the ball over more maybe than you'd like, 17, but they turned it over 25 times.
Ooh.
And that is also why they only got 16 shot attempts.
Yeah.
So we will see you ladies on Monday. Meantime, I will
Monday.
be in D.C. West
Where am I going Monday,
Yeah.
Mark?
here, Nebraska City.
That's
May
what
10th.
Oh, we rescheduled. Oh, for crying out loud.
See, I thought there was a Nebraska City game Monday here.
There
So
is.
it is. So
you would
went through
think
that
a
whole,
mom would know, but I don't.
You went that whole conference last one. Forget it.
No, that was a conference tournament. This is the last conference tournament.
Oh, okay.
But
And-
anyhow,
And Nebraska City's a
Not a-
Trailblazer team anyway.
That's true. It's a peek
Monday.
into the
Listen,
Trailblazers.
yes.
I will be there, but I will not be on the air on Saturday because I will be keeping book for Coach Jacob Mose. Tim is not aware of that, but Coach Mose asked me to do that in an email today.
Oh,
Would
I might have-
Saturday?
Yeah.
I might have to do stats for you, Mark.
You can if you want to. I'll bring them
Oh.
in case anybody wants to do them.
That's all right. I
Stats-
could never figure them
I'm
out fast
confused.
enough.
You're going to be
He's doing book on Saturday for Mose.
right.
So he won't
but
be
we don't
doing
have
the
a
stats.
game. Or
The
do we do-
boys.
Yeah, I know.
So he won't be on the air to do stats because he's doing the book.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
There's
with you.
no
Okay,
way
I'm
I
gonna
could
have to-
figure them out as fast as you do in between
Well,
the
I
time.
just can't do, if I tried to do both, I would screw up the official book, and that would not
No.
be good.
No.
So,
You know what?
anyhow.
They'll just have to deal
And
with
it could be a close game playing D.C. West. They're pretty good.
It could be. It could be. It could be.
Yeah.
You got to
playing
go
them
into every
there.
game that's going to be close. See, I
And
knew
we
there was
may
a
end
game
up
Monday.
playing them 3 times this year. They're
Yeah,
in
because they're in our sub-district. Is right.
Okay.
Well, Mark, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for
All
all the
right.
work you do on the stats.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I'll see you Monday night.
I guess so.
I knew. I'm not totally losing it, I guess.
So I think, the final thoughts, I think one thing the Blue Jays, again, did extremely well. I think it comes back to, our defensive play, defensive stops. It looks like, typically they average 35.6 points a game, and we held them to 22. I think it's going to be hard, Tuesday to bounce back to play these guys. Obviously we just found out we have a game on Monday, and then we've got 2 more games, I think, next week. So I think the Blue Jay girls are going to be extremely
Yeah, it's
busy
true.
next week. So it's good to have players back on the bench as we've been plagued with injuries and all kinds of things. And we've talked about that all season as,
Ooh.
hopefully the postseason will be when these girls peak, just like Mr. Wallman said. And I think that time is coming now as we're starting to see everybody back on the bench, and that allows Coach Hubert to do a lot of subbing, and those are the things that we're seeing. So, so again, tune in tomorrow night at 6:15 as the Blue Jays boys will be in action to play in the Capital Conference Championship matchup. The game is at DC West, but Tim and Jordan Leibel, somebody will be bringing that game to you.
It's not Tim.
Oh,
it's going
Tim's
to
gone.
be Brad.
Brad's going to be a dad and a broadcaster.
It's Brad and someone else that was not Jordan or Tim. I don't remember who they
Somebody,
said. But they will be on agbluejays.com because it is at DC West, and so it will be audio. I don't remember what DC West's video is, but you know what? Check Twitter. It's always there.
Any
somewhere.
final thoughts from Elliot?
Perfect time to start getting hot for the Ashland girls.
Yep.
All about postseason's all about who's hot when they roll around.
I agree. Couldn't have said it any better, Elliot. Couldn't have said it better.
Okay, once again for Elliot Gosson, Kendra Craven. Tonight, the Blue Jays take Logan View Raiders down 42-22.
A shipload of Raiders, Dave Nygren says.
41-22, a shipload. That sounds better. 41-22. I'm Suzanne Sapp, and thanks for spending part of your Friday evening. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will be back on Monday.